Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Centene Community Ice Center, St. Louis, Missouri, as we kick off the ACHA Women's Division I semifinals. And today's game features the number 5 hometown Lindenwood Lions and the number 1 Liberty, 3-time defending champion Liberty Flames. Peyton Turnage, Tyler Kuehl with you today. And Tyler, this is Lindenwood's home rink. They've had 2 victories on the way here against McKendree and Adrian, but this is undoubtedly their toughest test as of yet.
Well, they're taking on a Liberty Flames team that has not lost in this calendar year. You have to go back to January of 2021. That was before their 3rd national championship. They've won 38 straight games. They're the number 1 team to no one else's surprise. This is going to be tough here, but expect for Lindenwood, Arden Harishko is the player who's going to have to step up. She's had a big game yesterday, goal and assist against the Bulldogs in the quarterfinal. Expect her to help try to lead the offense for Lindenwood today.
At the other end of the ice for Liberty, she's been their top contributor throughout the year with 35 points. Look for number 12, Haley Battles, to contribute again today.
Already trying to make her name out there as the best name in hockey. Haley Battles, a Nashville native, but she's complemented by a couple of other great freshmen as well. You have Britt Fussy and Brielle Fussy as well. Those are 3 players in this very deep Liberty lineup. Expect to have another good game today.
It'll be a big challenge for Lindenwood. Liberty, though, should be well on their way to a championship berth tomorrow. Let's send it downstairs for the opening ceremonies, and here is ACHA public address announcer Andy Storrs.
Good afternoon, parents and hockey fans and fans watching the live webcast on hockeytv.com. Welcome to the Centene Community Ice Center in Maryland Heights, Missouri for the 2022 American Collegiate Hockey Association Women's Division I National Championship Tournament hosted by the St. Louis Sports Commission and the St. Louis Blues. For anyone in attendance, we ask for the safety of players, coaches, officials, and tournament staff, as well as yourselves, that you please stay outside of the designated tournament participant areas. This is ACHA Public Address Announcer Andy Storrs. Our Women's Division I semifinal game number 1 today features on the visiting bench the Lindenwood University Lions. And on the home team bench, the Liberty University Flames. Let's begin our festivities this afternoon with semifinal number 1 by meeting the starting lineups. First for Lindenwood, in goal from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 31, Emily McDonald. On defense from Windsor, Connecticut, number 8, Mackenzie White. On defense from St. Catharines, Ontario, number 16, Mackenzie Drost. At center from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 3, Kennedy Frank. On left wing from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 12, Risa Shetford. And at right wing from Luverne, Minnesota, number 7, Riley G. The head coach of the Lions is Andrew Miller. His assistant coach is Loki Antonio. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the home team bench. The Liberty Flames in goal from Scarborough, Ontario, number 29, Amanda Story. On defense from Port Hope, Ontario, number 9, Aislinn Stretch. On defense from Port Huron, Michigan, number 13, Dana McLeod. At center from Rothsay, New Brunswick, number 8, Vanessa DeMerchant. At left wing from Romeo, Michigan, number 5, Shelby Bradford. And at right wing from Leamington, Ontario, number 19, Shannon Fair. The head coach of the Flames is Chris Lowe's. His assistant coach is Justin Forth, strength and conditioning coach Chris Kerr, and the team manager is Victoria Edelatola. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps. And join me, soloist Andy Storrs and organist Gary Lichthart, in the singing and playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The smooth, silky voice of Andy Storrs leading us through the national anthem. Welcome back in, everybody, here on Hockey TV as we kick off the ACHA Women's Division I semifinals. Hometown number 5 Lindenwood Lions and the 3-time defending champion number 1 Liberty Flames. Peyton Turnage, Tyler Kuehl with you on this afternoon. Now let's give you the starting goaltenders for today's game. Lindenwood is going to start with Emily McDonald in goal. Liberty going with Amanda Story. And then as far as the skaters are concerned, Lindenwood has Kennedy Frank centering Riley G and Rissa Shatford. On defense, Mackenzie White and Mackenzie Dross. For Liberty, Shelby Bradford, Vanessa DeMerchant, and Shannon Fair up front. Aislinn Stretch and Dana McLeod on defense. Tyler, you alluded to it before we started this game. Liberty is really going to be a huge challenge for Lindenwood coming into this one.
No question about it, too. And in Lindenwood, they have something to play for here. Obviously, not just a berth in the national championship game. Obviously, not a chance to win a championship on home ice. But also to derail Liberty of something that, so far, before last year, they were the only program to do it. 3 straight national championships. They're going to try to make sure they do their best to not allow the Flames to go for 4.
Liberty looking to punch their ticket to history as we're underway. Women's Division I semifinal underway as you see Lindenwood in the black, Liberty in the white. This is chased down in the Liberty zone. Stretch back to it. We'll send over to her defense partner. Comes loose on the far side with Lindenwood adding pressure. Low left. This is Shatford. Taken off her stick by Dana McLeod. She'll advance it on the right wing. Push through center. And recovered back defensively by Mackenzie Dross. But the puck touched with a high stick and a whistle at 25 seconds.
And remember, these two teams have met quite often, even dating back to the day when before the St. Charles area of the Lindenwood University, Lindenwood, Belleville, and Liberty used to go to heavy battles, and a lot of these players on the Lions played on that Belleville team too, so maybe a lot of carryover from that rivalry between the Flames and the Bobcats back in the day.
Draw was still left of Lindenwood goaltender Emily McDonald. 11-3-1 on the season, a 1.66 goals against average and a .923 save percentage. Down at the other end for Liberty, number 29, Amanda Story, 14-0 on the season, .72 goals against average, and just an absolutely stunning .964 save percentage. Liberty coming into the zone. Puck flipped in low by Carly Glover, back behind the net. Yannick Truder back out to the point. Here's a long shot by Glenn. It's off a leg. It hit Harishko in the slide, and it's moved away by the Lions. Back into the Liberty zone, they'll chase. Peyton Carl back on it, number 79. She'll reverse to her left. Haley Battles has it hop on her. She's bodied to the ice as well by Nikki Lillies. Clear pass up the middle, almost picked off by Fortier. Instead, it ends up at center, dumped right back in to Liberty control. Left wing side at center, Madison Glenn bounced it into the Lindenwood zone. Shielded off there by McDonald. No icing, and Liberty can change their defense. Spiked off the glass and down, back to center. Back in. Sally Herr gets it back in. Reversed around in the Lindenwood defensive zone. Hallie Fisher. And that may be picked off in the corner. Lots of pressure there by Adamick. Adamick and Battles down there in the corner, 2-on-2. It's dug away and pushed aside by Nikki Lillies to the far wing for Lindenwood. Still held in Liberty. Long point shot goes wide, low, and just missing the left pad. And back away comes Lindenwood. Dumped in by Fisher. but she had not gained center red, and there's an icing, Tyler, at 2:05.
Yeah, that's something right now Lindenwood's got to make sure they try to combat. Obviously, this is the third game of the tournament for Lindenwood. They did have the day off on Thursday after winning their opener against McKendree, but you don't want to try to get into too much of a foot race. Obviously, they have offensive weapons through the Lions, but Liberty is just a little bit deeper possibly here as we see a face-off win by the Flames.
And Fair takes it into the corner off that face-off win for DeMerchant. It goes back to the point there. Long shot by Stretch, deflected, and just getting a piece of that was McDonald. DeMerchant again. Battle is on the left half wall. Down to the corner goes Fair, poking it low. Wristed pass, Fair. Lindenwood tacking it to the wing, still held in. Long point shot by McLeod is absorbed there on the far side. Lindenwood will chase it back over to. This is White trying to get it. A nice hold in by Stretch, killing a little bit of time and allowing the forward change to complete. And Liberty does hold the zone. Dana McLeod takes a cut high right, down to the slot, deflected. Rebound! McDonald might have got a piece on that shot by Fussy there in the slot.
Right on the doorstep, McDonald was ready in position, but maybe a couple of her teammates in front of her might have helped her out that time.
That is Britton Fussy. She'll take it on the left wing side now. Cuts toward the net. On the backhand, hauled down. I lost her footing. A little bit of body contact leading to that as well. Brooklyn Bell stuck in her own end once again. Turns to her forehand to get it out of the zone, but it's held in Glover with a long shot that's blocked away by McDonald. Looking back for Glenn. It was broken up on the boards by Lindenwood. And back on it is Odelwachuk sending it back around the boards. And it's still held in once again, Liberty. Haley Battles did the job and still loose on the far side. Carl bounces one low and wide. Lindenwood will try again just to get out. Push past Adamick, but turned away at center by Glenn. And you are seeing a much more dominant presence so far by Liberty for starting out in this one.
They are getting the offensive zone pressure, and whenever it seems like Lindenwood clears, someone's at the blue line. Good back pressure as we're going to see a penalty coming up here against the road team bench, but the home team here for the region as the Flames will get the benefit of an interference call on the first power play of the game.
Adamick was in pursuit of the puck and got cut off there by Risa Shatford. The puck was very close, but I guess just far away enough to draw the interference.
And now we're going to see a Liberty power play that scored 25 goals on the power play during the regular season. They went 2 for 8 last night against the Maryville Saints.
Puck cleared down ice by the captain, Tessa O'Connor, back in the Liberty zone, being watched there by Amanda Story, who has yet to face a shot. McDonald so far with 3 saves. We've played 4 minutes, 15 seconds here in the opening period. Peyton Turnage and Tyler Kuehl for you this afternoon here on Hockey TV. Women's Division I semifinal in the ACHA championships here in St. Louis. DeMerchant gives a cross ice. Right side shot was deflected off into the corner, picked up by Bradford. Shelby Bradford skating out as Truder to the top of the circle. DeMerchant dropping it back down again. Bradford looks across ice, gives it to the slot. Bouncing there on goal, kicked out McDonald and cleared away by the Lions.
Good little poke check there by Emily McDonald. She had to make sure she read that cross crease pass. Not only did they sneak through, don't want that backdoor slam dunk play to work that time for the Flames.
Minute 3 remaining on this power play. Here come the Flames, rushing out of their own zone. Britton Fussy charging down the far side, bringing it all the way in. Fussy to the corner. No one home at the left point, trying to hurry over and keep it is Peyton Carl, and she does so. Top of the left circle. Fair opens to the slot. Pass deflected. Good play shorthanded, but Fortier couldn't clear it. Glover. Middle point Carl. Slap shot. Blocker save as McDonald was able to see that one all the way. Glover picks it up. Looks across again. That pass turned down by Fortier. She'll clear the zone.
Good read that time by the Lions. Not allowing too many shots in those high danger scoring areas. That's what you got to do, especially with this team that is very lethal with their weapons up top. They can look for point shots and get in the way. Only having McDonald will have to make the one save on that last rush.
Puck moved off the boards to Merchant, colliding there with Horeshko trying to get in her way. But it's advanced on the right wing anyway for Bradford. Power play down to 6 seconds. Bradford button hooks on the far wing and drops it to the corner. Truder slid it on net inadvertently. She was trying to deke and go behind the goal. The penalty is killed off as it's cleared down ice.
Big kill here for the Lions after the first penalty. Can they take advantage and get something going offensively here? As so far, not a whole lot going on down to our right in the Liberty zone.
Here's a break left side, and trying to get through was Jedrzejczyk, broken up at the Liberty attacking line. Puck in her feet now. She'll chase it into her own zone. Being pursued by Fuchs, who forced the steal, and a chop shot is sent into the corner. Stewart after it, deflected the pass, but Liberty still on it. They'll clear a long one. Brielle Fussy carries in right side, got it to the slot. Here's a shot, fanned on it. It's going to squirt wide of the post on the attempt from Laura Arfstrom.
McDonald pushed a little too far hard to that right and almost cost her.
Counter attack here for her. Hands it off left side. Quick spin around by Spanier, and that's stolen away. Only taken to center. G could only get it to shallow center where it was recovered by the Flames.
Smart.
Yep.
It was a smart play there by the Lions. Almost had too many players on the ice, but they let it go, and they'll now try to break it out.
Madison Teague, trapped behind the net, clears it to the near side. Knocked down by her and cleared back across ice.
Teague, who scored a goal and an assist against the Bearcats on Wednesday, helped propel them to the 8-0 win.
Tactet trying to hold the line was Teague. A big board scrum ensues on the far side. 7:35 gone here in the opening period. No score. 4-0 the shots in favor of Liberty. The #1 team, the 3-time defending champions. Trying to be the first team to go 4 in a row. The championship game tomorrow afternoon. Puck goes left side to Bradford. They got to make it there first. Puck moved out at center and chopped back into the Liberty offensive zone, or rather the defensive zone by Fisher.
And to make that point, there's a lot of people, Peyton, that thought maybe 2020 would have been the year they would have won in the third. So had it not been for COVID, they might have been a 4-time champion already.
Trying to hold that in at the high point is Fussy and dropped to the corner. Truder centers right there in the slot, tipped away from Glenn. Just a little miscommunication with Carly Glover. Now into the slot. Truder goes across ice. Open look, but the shot tapped wide. Center back in the front again. That was Glover once again who had that great chance. Now she'll take it to the high slot. Glover getting through defenders to the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Good poke check out in front by Mackenzie White.
Couple of sticks were in there holding off Glover. The Merrimack transfer showing off her skills here in her hands.
Here she goes again. Tripped up a bit. They say off body contact. Glover goes hard into the back, but right back on her feet. Lions stuck on the near side in their own zone, and that's been the story of this game. Lindenwood just being hemmed in their own end, unable to clear.
It's one of these games against one of these teams where if you can't, you're spending all your effort playing defense, it's almost hard and almost impossible to try to have enough effort to create anything offensively.
Long stretch pass missed, icing called with 10:49 left here in the opening period.
Relatively easy start so far down to our right for Amanda Story, who only had to make 9 saves against the Saints last night in their first game, and we talked about her numbers, which are microscopic this season, and certainly no question about it. The sophomore goaltender from Scarborough has been exceptional this year, but yet to be tested in this one.
Adamick and Lilly's a pair of 11s. Draw one back, Liberty. Long shot, pad save by McDonald. Rebound in the shallow part of the right circle, and getting taken down was Battles. Coming down is Adamick. Pushing one toward the low part of the slot. And it's held in at the blue line by Stretch. Battles across in front. The banked off of the defender, ended up in behind. Has help from Adamick. Very tired there was Mackenzie Dross after defending that. Comes back to the far side. Pushed to the point by Battles. Coming down is McLeod. Shot ends up in the net off a deflection. Dana McLeod from the top of the right circle. Liberty strikes first at 9:46.
A lucky bounce. The shot goes off the blocker of McDonald. It hits the top of it too. To make matters worse, it falls right in behind her as the pressure for Liberty pays off, and they take the 1-0 lead.
We've been looking for greasy, grimy goals throughout the entirety of this week, and that was definitely one that opened the scoring.
First goal of the tournament as well here for the Port Huron, Michigan native.
Yeah, Dana McLeod looks like she will get the goal. The grad
Number
student.
13, Dana McLeod. Unassisted at 9:46.
So an unassisted goal unofficially at the moment. Here's DeMerchant, top of the left circle, shot hit a leg in front. That was her own teammate, Shelby Bradford. Lindenwood with a hopping puck. They'll get to it on the near side and just bring it out. This is Callie Philippe sending it on in. Chase to the corner to the left of Amanda Story. Philippe being held off there by Shelby Bradford. Flames go up the left wing, coming on is Shannon Fair. Nice behind the back pass just ahead of Bradford. She'll have to reach to the corner. Fair takes over, looks to the point, gives it to Stretch. Stretch, a long shot, deflected. That's knocked down in Lindenwood. Toward the line and out, moved on by Kiara Stewart, clearing down ice and getting a change. And just one step behind the red line. If she had gone one more, that would not have been called.
That is a tough one, and I'm sure right now Coach Andrew Miller on the bench saying, oh, come on, you got to take one extra step there. And that just shows maybe the fatigue right now, starting to get almost maybe a hair mental for the Lions. They just know that they're right now playing, kind of chasing around their own zone, playing catch up, just trying to hang on against the Flames. Getting outshot 7-0, just past the halfway mark.
Yep, 7-0 on the count. Truder faces off here against Horishko. And the draw one back by Liberty. Carl lays behind the goal for Truder. Hopped on her, came to the side, chop attempt, and held on to by McDonald on 2 shot attempts for Carly Glover. And we will take a quick timeout. 1-0 lead for Liberty here at the break. Welcome back here on Hockey TV. ACHA Women's Division I semifinal. And number 1 Liberty leading Lindenwood 1-0. 9:08 remaining in the first period. Peyton Turnage and Tyler Kuehl. Draw will be to the left of Emily McDonald. Goal just a little while ago from Dana McLeod. Her first of the tournament. Puck cleared by Lindenwood to the back. That's going to skip out and maybe a chance just ahead of Risa Shatford, who is in pursuit.
That's just one of those where you just feel like maybe you can get an offensive chance, maybe one shot, maybe just to kind of get some momentum as we have a penalty behind the play here. They're going to call a penalty now as it looks like it's going to be against Kim Turcotte. It'll be the second power play of the game here for the Flames.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Tyler, I totally missed that one.
I saw Turcotte trying to get an explanation from one of the refs in this one, couldn't quite catch the call. I didn't see a signal either.
Referees are Erica Greenan, Riley Lispick, and then the linesmen are Brooke Branson and Calissa Mezapel. Face off, and now a power play for Liberty. 8:50 remaining in this first period. 8-0 score, or shot count that is. 1-0 lead on the big board. Lindenwood swallowing up the puck in the corner. Tessa O'Connor, he gets held up, puck taken away. Yannick Truder cycles it out to DeMerchant. Gets a return pass to the high left point. Swinging around, here's a shot by Bradford, off of Shelby Bradford, hit a leg and went wide. She'll get it back on the near side. Bradford has DeMerchant nearby, sends it to the point, puck shoveled over to the far side for Adamick. McLeod to Bradford, she'll take it to the face-off dot and hand it off. Back up top again. McLeod Rolls over to DeMerchant, gives the far side. Good look in the middle. A backhand shot stopped by McDonald as deking to the backhand was Adamek.
And we heard the call from Andy. The penalty against Turcotte was 2 minutes for indirect head contact. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, because we saw the official kind of do the dust-off motion.
Dust-off and point at her head, so I was like, oh, okay, well, is it a head contact penalty? But so, nonetheless, though, minute 18 on this penalty kill here. Lindenwood trying to kill this one off and keep within one.
That's definitely a motion I have never seen. Here's Britton Fussy sending it to the right side. Up top to Carl. Power play to a minute 6. Battles low right. Here's Britton Fussy to Carl. Glover waiting on the near side. Handed off to Fussy again. Cycles out, has some room, takes the shot. That's deflected wide. Had Battles right there at the side of the goal. Battles with a stick check and a steal. Puck into the feet. And a long shot. Fussy rebound off the backhand. McDonald makes the save. Loose in front of the crease and jabbed toward the circle by Shannon Fair. And the puck cleared out by Lindenwood.
2 big saves by McDonald. Makes the first one. It falls down in front of her. Then she flashes out that right pad of hers to stop the rebound too. She knows that Liberty was going to come on strong in this one, and she knows her performance is vindictive if they want to have a chance to win to the Lions.
Britton Fussy brings it in. Power play down to 17 seconds. The handoff to the corner. Bradford with DeMerchant down low. Coming on now as Adamek gets the pass coming off the bench. As DeMerchant to her left, squares up to the middle. Now for Adamek down the left circle. Rather DeMerchant shooting. It's deflected over top of the net. Out of the box is Turcotte. So the penalty has expired. Puck over the left side. DeMerchant sends it in low. Around the boards, Bradford gets the pass out of the corner. Takes a sharp angle shot. Rises off McDonald's shoulder and out of play.
How many shots do you think have been straight on for McDonald? I don't think there's been many where there has not been a white sweater either in front of her or right next to her. No clear-cut shots for the Flames right now. It's made it a little bit difficult for the Lions netminder. However, she's really done her part right now, and you can see her kind of catching her breath after another penalty-killing effort.
Just what I was seeing, too. She did need a moment after that power play expired. Face-off left circle. Spanier wins it back. Here's Fussy. This is Brielle Fussy handing it left side. Her shot off the side of the net with a lot of traffic. Lindenwood gets away. They'll just float one out to center. It's as far as they can get. Sally Herr. Puck bounces and brought back in. Philippe will just dump one on net. Held onto and covered by Amanda Story.
Well, they're not going to count that as a shot on goal. They will count as the shot on goal as the first one at the 13:45 mark of this first period. But that's really been the story. Liberty's persistent attack, their deep attack. They've been swirling around the Lindenwood zone, but now a chance here for a couple of the top offensive weapons for Lindenwood to try to make something happen.
Yeah, good timing to have them out there. Harishko will take the face-off against DeMerchant. One back to the slot. Sent in low by Callie Philippe, but then intercepted by Peyton Carl, feeding to the far side. So Liberty will bring it out, and here comes Bradford. Dropping back for DeMerchant. Bradford for the net. The pass just ahead of her stick as she was going to the crease. Now a shot from Carl gets blocked, and away come the Lions. Kiara Stewart. Bouncer off the near side to the corner. Carl shuts it down on the back end. Philippe intercepts. Philippe taken to the corner wall with DeMerchant. Getting squared up there is Stewart on the boards to the left of Story and cleared back through center. And a one-on-one created by Bradford. Bradford coming in, drags, shoots, save by McDonald. Dropped in front of her, it's still loose, and they score off the rebound. McDonald could not secure it. Yannick Truder puts in the rebound for Liberty, and a 2-0 lead with 5:28 left in the first.
The bouncing puck, the jostled puck. McDonald makes the save, and then the rebound kicked by her defensewomen all around her, and Truder says, I'll knock that one on in. The former Vancouver Island Seal makes it 2-0 Flames.
Gosh, that's a tough one. With the puck in the crease, and as you mentioned, a lot of defenders around her, but no one could get it out of there.
That's being Johnny on the spot, if you will. In this case, Yannick on the spot there for Liberty.
12 shots for Liberty. And a 2-0 lead. Here's a chance in the slot. Glover and a pat save by McDonald.
And Yannick Truder. Assisted by number 5, Shelby Bradford at 14:32.
Shafford shot, and that's really the first save that Story has had to make, a face-off nearby.
And let's not kid ourselves. Story's had to do some work. Obviously, the first game might say one thing, and so far the first almost 15 minutes of this first period might say another. But she's had over games where she's had to make over 30 saves. She's had to make over 14 saves before. It's not like she's unfamiliar in putting in a workload here, but right now Liberty is there. This is their kind of game. This is their tournament. It's in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. And so far, Liberty is still showing that they might be the best.
Draws shot. That deflects into the corner. Lily's trying to feed the slot right there. Was Fortier. It comes out in front and skated the other way for Haley Battles. It's a 2-on-2. Battles with Brielle Fussy. Goes to the backhand. Trying to step into the forehand, but a good stick check by Dross to keep her to the outside. Lindenwood looks to clear. Up in the air. Would have been a high stick. Fisher didn't touch it, though. Dumped back in by her. Liberty changes. Puck wide to McDonald.
How about that move by Battles in full flight, two down the right wing side, going between the legs? You can certainly see why she's one of the top scorers on this hockey club.
Very good curl and drag. Her for Bradford. Given away, Stewart in the slot. Kicked back, and it's still going to be held in by Lindenwood for Teague. And she couldn't find it in her feet, so it's stolen away. Bradford driving the middle, dangerously near the front of her own net, but it's cleared away anyway.
That's the hard part, too. If you're Lindenwood, every chance you get against the Flames right now, you got to try to take away advantage of them. Unfortunately, that time, just a weird hop here, and then getting lost in your skates there. So you got an offsides call. Those are the moments that you kind of just say, if we just get the nice bounce to go our way, we can certainly get back into this hockey game.
The Merchant was trying to hold the line, but it did come out for the offside. 3:48 remaining in this first period. Draw in front of the Lindenwood bench, won by Liberty. Here's Glenn. She'll come in herself with Glover. Glenn left side shot, save by McDonald. Right into the belly.
You could see her kind of shake her head a little bit. McDonald, the Winnipeg Manitoba native, saying, man, they just keep coming, and they ain't stopped coming. Of course, it's not the first time these teams have met this season. They played back in October of this year, Liberty winning both games over in LaHaye as well by a combined score of 10-4 over those two games after a season last year where they played 3 times.
Glover with a stick down low. Helps out Britton Fussy, who feeds to the point. Stretch pass. That was broken by Frank, but turned over. And the puck tipped in. Truder almost able to stick it around Madison Teague on a break for the net. Puck bouncing there on the near side. Teague back on at number 14. Spins from pressure. Britton Fussy's all over her. Able to get away to the far corner. Hold up, but then back pressure from Glover broke it up. Truder feeds to the point. Dana McLeod skates around a defender. She's got a goal on the day. Tacked off the glass, held in stretch. Behind the goal for Glover. Glover gets turnstiled there on a hit by Tessa O'Connor. Return for O'Connor from behind her own net. Gets it up the left wing side. The flip out attempt. It's still held in by Liberty. Puck sent back to the point again for her. Our side, slapper by Peebles, deflected, and it's gloved and held by McDonald.
That's a good read by McDonald through traffic once again. Still forming around her, and you could see the speed of Liberty as well. And certainly, you know, we were able to, fortunately enough, Peyton got a chance to work with I got to call a couple games with Rasty McKibben, the man that started this Liberty Women's program over 20 years ago. And that's been their game, has been skating, skating, skating. Because if you have speed, you can beat other teams with that, and then skill will take over from there.
What was it they said in Miracle? We may not be the most skilled team, but we'll definitely be the most conditioned.
As there's a big hit right along the near side as this one getting up is Brielle Fussy. Good to see her rejoin the play.
Fortier down low, gets held up there along the wall by Priscilla Zeifel. And Adamick will come away with the puck. Zosia Adamick, 3-on-2 if they hurry. She has Battles, but it's offside. Brielle Fussy, Mr. Q there.
And I can tell you, going back to your point, yes, the most conditioned for the Flames. However, over the last 10 years or so, it's been both a lot of the most skilled players that have gone over there to Lynchburg, Virginia, as they have built an excellent program. And, of course, a very deep program, as they were the first school to have 5 ACHA teams. They have a really good D2 women's team as well, and, of course, 3 really good men's teams.
And their men's Division I team beat an NCAA Division I team last year with Long Island University.
That is correct. They're at LaHaye as well.
Puck moved around. Here's Carl. That's in a loose at center. Picked up and fired back in by Madison Teague. It's a zone chance here. Feet across the slot. And that was too shallow for Callie Philippe, so Liberty goes the other way. Fair with Bradford. To the trailer, Glenn, but it was knocked down off a defender as Horishko got in the way of the pass. Still loose in the Lindenwood zone. Teague up the glass and out. Here's Horishko just tacking it, bouncing back in the Liberty zone, and a change commences with 1:10 left in the period. Skated out here. Peyton Carl, advanced pass. Turcotte taking down Fussy. Tipped by Fussy. Truder leaves it off for Glover. Nice entry for Liberty. Coming into the slot. Giving off for Truder to the backhand. Sliding it low in the pads of McDonald, and it ends up in the corner. Truder.
Barely got that one by.
Under a minute to go. Down to 47 seconds is Lindenwood. Lugging it to the outside and just flipping it through center. Frank looking to connect to G. Pass between defenders for Liberty, and it's an icing.
Yeah, Kennedy Frank's been very quiet this tournament so far for Lindenwood, and certainly it's a shame after an incredible regular season where she led the team in goals, assists, and points. 32 for the junior from Winnipeg, but so far no points of the team's first 2 games.
Adamick and Frank face off one. Here's a shot by Peebles, bouncing there, and a save by McDonald as that shot changed speed and height. Frank has to go past her and out. Right back in by her. 23 seconds back behind McDonald's cage, leaving it for O'Connor. O'Connor's pass hit a skate. Can't be found by Adamick. It was behind her. And the puck loose, and Adamick lost her stick. Peebles will fire it back into the final 10 seconds. That was weird.
That was, got caught up in there. Just kind of started bouncing around the composite.
3 seconds, 2-1, and that's how we end the period. 2-0 your score. Liberty over Lindenwood, looking to punch their ticket to Sunday afternoon. Goal scorers, Dana McLeod and Yannick Truder. So Tyler, a good first 20 for Liberty, about as good as you can ask for.
No question about it, and the pressure was consistent as well. They hardly let up. They only gave up 2 shots. One of them was a long dump in right on goal. And it's not going to, we knew this was not going to be easy for Lindenwood, and the Lions surely knew that as well. Lots of time left, though. Maybe just kind of get a rest here. Now you know what to expect from this hockey team. And you know what? Like I said, it's been a few months these 2 teams have met. Now Lindenwood can regain, maybe refocus, and they know that they have to convert on each and every opportunity that they get. If they get them, of course, that's the hard part.
Well, we'll see if Lindenwood can change their game going into the second. We'll take a brief break and come back. Intermission time here in St. Louis. ACHA Women's Division I semifinal game 1 is a 2-0 lead for Liberty at the break. Welcome back. Second period about to get underway in the ACHA Women's Division I semifinals. Again, it's hometown Lindenwood and the three-time defending champions Liberty. Liberty with a 2-0 lead through the first period, and your goal scorers Dana McLeod and Yannick Truder. Tyler, this has just been an absolutely dominant game in the hands of Liberty.
And the crazy part is, too, Emily McDonald's played well, but the bounces there, that's the part that's hurting the Lions right now. That first goal, that McLeod, off the top of the blocker. It's a weird soft spot on us goaltenders that you're just not able to really control too much of. And then the Truder goal, she makes a save. There's a rebound sitting there. She can't cover it. She thinks one of her teammates is going to clear it, and then Truder's like, well, if no one's going to take it, I will, bangs it in. That's something the Lions are going to have to clean up here. But no question, though, the reason why all those chances are coming, 15 shots on goal through 20 minutes. That's pretty darn impressive on any level of college hockey. The Flames are showing that they have the depth, they have the speed, and they have the tenacity to keep going the Lions. And Lindenwood, I mentioned that right before we went to break. They have to find a way to get their chances, and if they get them, they can't miss them. They can't miss a pass here. They can't put the puck wide. They got to make Story work in goal, because if she doesn't, well, it's going to be hard to beat her. But
the majority of that first period, the Lions were stuck in their own zone, couldn't even clear. They couldn't even get past the blue line. So what the heck do they do to try to get out of that?
The hard part is getting clears off, and you have to, every time you chance to get a clear of the puck, because you're putting so much energy into being a defensive team, and it's really difficult to then turn that into offense when you're having to go for a line change. Even Frank, Horishko, the players we talked about in the pregame, they don't have much of an opportunity to go offensively because they're so gassed. They have to get a fresh set of players out there, and by that time, Liberty, with their quick transition game, is already coming back into the Lindenwood zone. So you're going to have to find a way to really get the puck deep and almost try to find a way to platoon, either keep someone down in the offensive and, maybe instead of a full-scale change, send one player on the forecheck. It's something that's going to be tough here for Andrew Miller's team heading into period number 2.
I'll be interested to see if Liberty can get an early power play. Maybe that will have the effect of swinging things, but the game very much in the hands of Liberty as we near the start of the second period. Again, that was Tyler Kuehl. I'm Peyton Turnage here on Hockey TV. It's been a pleasure having you with us throughout the day. One more game to go after this one. Let's see who punches their ticket to Sunday, Tyler.
Midland, Minot State, 2 versus 3. Midland being the number 2 team. Minot State having to work their way since Wednesday. It'll be their third game of the tournament, but we got to get through this one here first.
20 minutes on the board, 15-2 the shots in favor of Liberty as we start the second. Lindenwood going right to left, Liberty left to right. Fair has the puck bounce on her. Liberty clears the line, back at center. Kick attempt there by Mackenzie White, followed up by G, but dragged off by defenders. Puck was taken off the stick of Kennedy. Frank trying to drive in, and the puck is deflected in the air near Frank with Fair on the attack. Back to the blue line it goes for Liberty. Long shot. Deflects off to the near side half wall, and it's still held in on the attempted clear. The Merchant sends it up top to Peebles. Peebles with a long shot. Good block there by Shatford and played past the line. Shatford one-on-one, just dumps in and goes for the change. Tyler, would you have liked to seen her try to go for the rush there?
That's one of those things we just mentioned. If everyone else goes for a change and she tries to work it in, maybe waste some more time, because you get a shot on, maybe you can get the rebound and give it off to one of the fresh line mates that just coming on the ice. Sure, but Shatford, that time just calming it down. Maybe the first shift, there was a whole minute that were on the ice. You want to try to keep them 45 seconds around that area to keep the players rolling, keep them fresh, but especially with this period of the long change too, maybe not the worst idea that time, maybe just dump it in.
Oh, big pile up there on the far side, and Liberty has a 3-on-2. Taken in by Teague, spinning, handed off for Horishko. 2-on-1, the shot saved. Way out came Story, bouncing to the side, jammed near the post, and trying to come back around was Horishko. Here's Stewart. That one taken off her stick. That was Lindenwood's best chance early on in this one. Here's another shot. Blockered away there from Horishko. Played around, far side. Britton Fussy couldn't clear the line. Lindenwood's best chance yet, Tyler.
No question about it, and it looked like maybe that Story was going off that post a little too much. That's why they tried to jam it at the side there, and almost a great opportunity, too, for Kara Stewart. If she maybe saw and looked, Story was on the other side of the goal, she might have had a chance at an open net.
Good forechecking pressure by Nikki Lyles. Forced to drop her stick, so it's taken the other way by Glover. Glover will slide one in. McDonald with the goal stick, taps it off to the corner, right to her teammate Mackenzie White. Pass across ice. It's moved to center by Hallie Fisher. Dumped right back in by Liberty. Mackenzie White. Over to her left. Lindenwood stuck in their own zone. Fortier will hand back for White. That's dangerously broken up in the middle. Shot by Fussy. Just goes wide. That was Brielle Fussy with the intercept and the quick shot. Worked around the corners. Haley battles. Stick tight up there with White. Good defensive pressure for Lindenwood. To the point. Dana McLeod keeps the play in at the high point. Takes a shot. The traffic left the front of the net, and McDonald got it with a glove hand.
And McDonald, she's trying to do this all game long, trying to keep it calm and slow things down by covering up, making a save, and not trying to kick out too many rebounds despite the second goal that we saw earlier on in the first period. But a good start for the Lions in this first period. The question is, can they keep it going?
So Merchant won the draw, but missed Bradford, so it's taken the other direction by Riley G. Gets it in the middle. Here's Shatford, left side, chasing it down. And taken down by Peebles. And there is that early power play opportunity, quite possibly coming up unless they score on the delayed penalty, as out came McDonald. Extra attacker on this delayed call. Puck cleared to center. Touched by Peebles, and she's going to be the one that will sit for 2 minutes.
And this is a big opportunity here. That's what happens, kids, when you move your feet. Continue to skate. Even if you have someone in tow with you, don't try to dangle around. Just keep skating, because sometimes they'll try to slow you up and they'll try to do it illegally. And that's what happened on that time. So a great chance for the Lions on their first power play.
Much better start to this period, you got to think, with the skating and being able to get out of their own zone and create chances the other way. Frank faced off against Glover. Power play beginning for Lindenwood, and they need one here. Mackenzie Drost over to Shatford. Looks low left, to the corner goes for Frank. Comes around on the far side. Madison Teague throws one from a sharp angle. Rebound comes around. Shatford hustles over. Glover trying to stick checker. To the corner goes once again. At the point, Trost fakes the drive. Gives it off on the right half side for Teague. Shooting through traffic. Went wide. Glover can't clear. A second attempt along the ice and still held in by Lindenwood. To the corner it goes. Kennedy Frank. Rubbed out down there as Marishko is back on the ice for Lindenwood, but the puck cleared.
Good setup, some good looks, just unable to get anything towards goal here. And this is a power play that averaged about 31% during the regular season. And that's something you do not want to see if you are Andrew Miller. Your power play getting an icing call against them as they have to go back into their own zone.
Yep, and the draw will be to the left of Emily McDonald. Power play down to 1:10, so if they can win the draw and get back up ice, they still got some time. It's Bradford drawing against Shatford. Face off won by Liberty with the puck loose. And Fussy looking for Bradford. That's broken up on the wall by Kiara Stewart. Behind the back pass looking for Teague. That's intercepted and brought back in. Here comes Shelby Bradford, left wing. Shorthanded to the goal mouth and off the goal post. Britton Fussy joined the rush, deflected it right off the dinner bell.
She could not have tipped that in any better of a spot. The red goalpost, though, saving the Lions.
Lions in the offensive zone. Power play to 38 seconds. Allie Fisher, and then Stewart got spun around off the puck. Good play. Forecheck there by Shatford, but still in Liberty control in their own zone. To hit a body careen cross ice. It's moved the other way by Britton Fussy. Peeling away from the play is her. Fussy by herself. Drags off a defender. Kills time. And finally gets working into the corner wall by Risa Shatford. Clearing attempt. Held in Glenn. Left circle shot. McDonald might have got a piece of that. Rebound comes over. Lions to center. Power play will wind down here as it's shot back in by Stewart. Line change. And we're back at 5-on-5. Past the 5-minute mark, down to nearly 5.5. Lindenwood line. Mackenzie White. Gets it through to Frank. Frank looking up with Bell. Brooklyn Bell with Frank trying to work through the stick checks. And it's advanced into the zone. Stick check by Frank. Up in the air it goes. Glove down by DeMerchant. Frank looking to pick her pocket. Huge battle there on the near side, and it comes out. To the Lindenwood line. Being pursued there is Mackenzie Drost. Worked into the corner wall by Spainer. Oh, and a takedown there. Spainer over the top of Drost.
Refs just tell him to play it, move it along. Maybe they just Seemed they both went down together, so no guilty party on either account, I guess.
Hit the skate of DeMerchant and skated out. Good move through by Fortier to go in and chase it to the corner. Wins her own puck battle, but then got stick checked there, and Liberty will come away with a puck. Stretch. To the far side, DeMerchant reaching play, still kept on. Lindenwood with the puck. Down low, Horishko spun in the corner, got it back up top. Teague with a shot, lots of traffic, and a pad save. Rebound goes dead off the official skate. With Liberty looking to get out of their own zone. This is Stretch, looking for Glover. Glover sends through to Truder, who has a goal on the day. She'll bring it down the right wing side, needs help. Taking her around, trying to center for Glover, missed her in the crease. Off the glass and out from Arden Horishko. Britton Fussy tacked it in the Lindenwood zone. The Lions send a pass that's just ahead of the reach of Callie Philippe. Pass knocked down Horishko. Taking it back in, but with no help. 1-on-3. And Peebles stands her up in the Liberty defensive zone. Fussy coming in. Right in her way there was Turcotte, cut her off. Back to Peebles, a long shot, lots of traffic, tipped off Fussy, and stopped by McDonald.
Shots now 5-5 here in this second period. We mentioned the better start here for Lindenwood. We mentioned how they came out strong, but now we're starting to see Liberty start to turn the tide, and it really all came after that icing call during the power play for Lindenwood. Can this top line try to recapture that energy that we saw from Lindenwood in the opening shifts of the frame?
Lindenwood with the defensive zone face-off win. Left side, it's cleared out. Jumping glove save, if you will, by Carl to keep it from what looked like was going to be a 2-on-1 the other way.
Yeah, that's a smart play, too, for Carl, because even if you take the offsides call, it's just face-off outside the Lindenwood zone instead of an odd woman rush the other way. So not a bad play there, just offsides is the ending result.
Miter will have immediate timeout after the 10-minute mark. We played down to 12:25 remaining in the second period. 2-0 lead for Liberty. Both goals back in the first. The shot counter is 17-7 in favor of the Flames. This looks like an icing from Frank, and they do call it.
Good hard battle, and we'll see where the face-off goes, because I want to try to see if folks notice what Kennedy Frank does on face-offs. And it looks like it's going to go on the far side, which is a shame, too, because Kennedy Frank, when the face-off is to the left of McDonald, she will flip her stick around and take a face-off left-handed so she can win it backhanded into the corner rather than directing it towards her own goaltender.
Pretty sure Paul Gostad used to do that.
Yes, he was one. I know there's a couple other guys that do it. It's a very unique way, but you know what? Hey, if it works and you're good at it and you're able to win the face-offs, why not do it?
Well, it definitely did for Goose, that's for sure. Back in the Lindenwood zone. Turcotte taking off the puck. Comes to the left wing side. Here comes Shadford bringing it back in. Shadford moves to the middle. Held to the outside there by Zeitfel. Broken at the side, still loose. And Liberty will skate away with it. DeMerchant with a great move to get out. On she comes. It's a 4-on-3 rush. DeMerchant drops it back for Bradford. Looking for DeMerchant. Lindenwood looking to go the other way, but getting taken off of Madison Teague's stick.
Great play by Nikki Lillies, too. She saw an opportunity that Liberty was going to try to take on a backdoor feed, but she quickly cut it off.
McLeod through traffic. Pat save McDonald. Rebound far corner. Taken around by DeMerchant. Shots deflected. Score! That's actually Yannick Truder who put it through from the high slot. And Liberty now has a 3-0 lead.
An innocent-looking play. Truder just going left to right. I'm not sure if McDonald may have overplayed the angle a little bit on the near side. And I don't know if it went off her defensewoman or not. But it goes off the inside of the post, and Truder her second, and the Flames, despite having a little bit of a tougher time in this second period, add to their lead. It's now a 3-0 game.
Lots of traffic there. Looked like McDonald was a little bit unsighted as that shot came in. And Truder, her second, makes it 3-0 Liberty.
That's a tough break, too, for McDonald and the Lions, too, because they've been playing much better here in the second period, but look out.
Her second of the game, scored by number 7, Yannick Truder. Assisted by number 13, Dana McLeod at 8:43.
Here comes Fussy. Brielle Fussy bringing it back in. Drops it off. Here's the shot. Just missing from Battles. Right there on the glove side. Tacked out by getting tripped to the ice was Stewart. They let it go on, and it's back in the Liberty zone.
Battles coming close that time from her second goal of the tournament.
In comes Stewart. High slot shot. Jumping blocker save there for Amanda Story. Lindenwood only had 2 shots going into this period. Looks like they're up to, I believe that's now 8. Truder gets tripped in the neutral zone. That's a penalty.
Yeah, certainly a tough call there, too, as the Flames now have a great opportunity to further extend the lead. They're coming up on their 3rd power play of this hockey game. It looks to be guilty party this time will be Callie Philippe.
Undoubtedly a better period for Lindenwood, but now they're in the box. So Liberty will send out Glover to take this face-off. Battles and Fair up front. Face-off won by the Flames. Here's Fussy switching places with Carl. Gives off to Carl, top of the right circle, back cross ice. Glover fans on it. It's going to come out of the zone for Britton Fussy. She'll regather, bringing it back in. They're onside. Fussy into the middle, drag, shoots, off the post again. Hops away from Battles, but she'll take it back and throw it off the outside of the net. Want to come around and lift it over the stick of White, coming around the net. Fair for Fussy. It hopped on her. She'll settle it back up top. Carl for Fussy again. Switching with Carl. And Glover as well. High shot was blocked. Carl to the right half board. Drifts to the corner. Hands it off for Battles. Battles to the face-off circle. Into the slot for Fussy. Off a leg. And Lindenwood will just clear it out. That is Riley G doing the honors.
How many posts do you think we've seen today, including the women's 2 final? At least 6, right?
That was at least 4, and I think that was the 3rd period, if I'm not mistaken, and we've seen 2 or 3 from Liberty in this one.
No kidding. I mean, certainly some good puck luck so far, at least on a couple of these chances here for the Lions, but still, 40 seconds to go on this power play.
Truder took a spill in the defensive zone, but was still able to advance it. You see them in the zone now. 36 seconds left on their power play. McLeod switches it off left side to Merchant. Shot skips across in front. And comes back over to the near side, and trying to clear that was Lilies, but could not. Adamick steps up the middle with a chance. The shot up high. Rebound, they score! Right in the goal crease. Bradford and Truder were down there. We'll see who gets credit. Yannick Truder has just scored for the hat trick. It's 4-0 Liberty.
Well, just as there was some good puck luck for Lindenwood, some bad puck luck for the Lions, as a shot ran on the doorstep, bounces around, and on top of the crease, Yannick Truder, her 3rd of the game. A huge one here for Lindenwood, or for Liberty, excuse me. Timeout taken here by Coach Andrew Miller, trying to calm things down here as Liberty is starting to open things up.
We were due for immediate timeout anyway, but there you see Liberty still with their foot on the gas, and that ends up as a power play goal in the 3rd of the game for Yannick Truder.
Just the listed 5th shot on goal this period, too, for Liberty. And certainly, I thought the shots were 5-5 at one point, but I'm looking up at the board in my notes, and I feel like we may have been off a little bit. But
yeah, I think they did miss one of the Lindenwood shots, if I'm not mistaken.
There is a chance. But nonetheless, certainly, Liberty is continuing to press on here. And we knew this coming into this game. The Lions, despite having maybe not the home team in this matchup, but the home ice advantage here at the CCIC, it wasn't going to be easy, though, to stop the Flames because, well, nobody has stopped the Flames this year, unfortunately. They have shown that they have been a dominant program through and through, and we've seen it here today. And, of course, Truder herself, she's having a fantastic hockey game. The second leading scorer for a reason, her first hat trick of the season. She had a 10-game point streak back from November to January, and only a couple multi-goal games worth mentioning, 2 versus Arizona State, and that was in a 7-point game. So I think the North Saanich BC natives are right.
27 points leading into it for the Vancouver, well, the North Saanich, British Columbia native.
Over in those neck of the woods.
Yeah, somewhere around there. As the puck is back in the Lindenwood zone, we're back in play, and a 4-0 lead for the Liberty Flames. Up top, Glenn Beats to her right, and one just slid away from the stick of Jedrzejczyk to the corner.
They give Adamek the assist on the goal there for Truder. Another point there for the forward.
Adamek had a lot of room in the slot to drive the puck to the net and get that initial shot away, which Truder was able to stuff in the rebound. In the corner, Isabella Herbert back up top to Glenn. Madison Glenn across. Here's a long shot deflected. Ends up in the corner on the attempt from Aislinn Stretch. Lions are stuck, but they'll move it away to the near wing. That's just skated out by Mackenzie White. Good move to get to center. White lost the handle at the line, but has help. And here is Horishko digging to the backhand. Poke check on the slot, and Stewart can't follow up. Right in her way was Shannon Fair to skate the other direction. Fair shot, sharp angle. McDonald with the save against her left post. Bed of the slot again, bouncing for Fair. 3 Lindenwood defenders were there, and they'll get the pass up for Stewart. That shot back in, right there on the forecheck is Frank. Out of the goal came Story to hand it off. Peeling back is Herr. Sally Herr getting one through center. It's knocked down off the leg of Brooklyn Bell. So taking a lap there is DeMerchant back in her own end. Move through, DeMerchant, right wing side. Gets to the slot, shoots, just missing on that glove side. Held in Fair. Leaps to the high point. Her shot was blocked. She'll get it back top of the circle, but fanned on it, kicked away, and moved on the left wing side. Shatford taken down on a hit by Spanier. Here's Frank. Reloading it, tipped by Teague, up in the air right in front of the penalty box. Frank will send back to her defense. Tessa O'Connor bounces one over far side. Intercepted, played back in by Stretch. Rather by Sally Herr. Comes off the near boards, back on net. Amanda Story will have to cover it with Hallie Fisher going to the net.
As the period starts to really turn back here into the favor of the Flames, the Lions now just trying to maybe weather the storm here, calm things down. You can see a lot of their players on their bench hunched over, fatigue setting in here for the number 5 team in the country as the number 1 team continues to press despite up 4 goals.
Truder beats Lilies on the draw. 3 goals to her count on the evening. Britton Fussy. Near side the pickup and will float it in. Off the back wall in the Lindenwood zone. O'Connor. That took a hop on Fortier. Stolen liberty to the side of the net. Broken there. And played away Nikki Lillies trying to get it up the wall. Does on the follow-up by Fortier. Liberty defense, it's fed forward. Yannick Truder. Lines one wide, but it's an icing.
Chance here possibly for Lindenwood to take advantage here. Not an exhausted, tired 5 out there for Liberty, but certainly a chance to get some fresh Lions on the ice to get something going. The Lady Lions here, after that great start to this period, Peyton, have kind of slowed down a little bit, and the Flames have reasserted the pressure and the attack that we saw for the majority of the 20 minutes.
Puck battled for behind the Liberty net. Lindenwood trying to set up in the zone. Dross with a slapper off the back wall. Unable to get to the backside was Philippe. Had help from Horishko. Horishko picks it in the corner.
You can see what Dross was trying to do on that one, trying to go off the end boards with that chances. Very lively ones. The kick plates here will just spring that puck right back out in front. Just unable to make something happen on that attempt.
Puck cleared away, back down ice as Madison Teague was just coming in. 5:03 remaining, second period. ACHA Division I semifinal. 4-0 lead for the Liberty Flames against the Lindenwood Lions. Peyton Turnage and Tyler Kuehl for you on this evening here on Hockey TV. Glad to have you with us as it slides on net. A little bit of a snow shower for Emily McDonald, but she'll cover it.
Oh, there were some snow showers during the championship game last night for men's D2 that we saw let go here, especially in this one here. But don't worry, folks, this is not the only semifinal. We got Minot State and Midland coming up. It'll be a 7 o'clock local time, 8 o'clock Eastern time puck drop here on Hockey TV.
Well, we all are hockey fans. We've got the trade deadline coming up on Monday. There have been some deals made right before the start of this game and during the game. Hampus Lindholm from the Anaheim Ducks has been traded to the Boston Bruins.
Oh.
Anaheim making another trade. Nick Delorier sent to the Minnesota Wild. And Tyler, we have a Claude Giroux trade. He has been sent to the Florida Panthers.
So it's official, okay.
Owen Tippett, the big piece, going back the other way.
Want to start a podcast?
Well, if you want to restart a podcast, here's a drop back by Liberty in their own zone. Dana McLeod up the wall. Jedrzejczyk lands it across. Here's Fussy. Brought back in by Brielle. Fussy down the left wing. Pulls up in the corner. Fed the slot. Went behind Adamick. And unable to reach that, but the second attempt moved out by Shafford. Loose puck ahead of her left wing. Cut off there on a nice defensive play by Madison Glenn. Turns the tide for Fussy. Brielle Fussy leads it right wing. Goes behind the net. Shields it from Turcotte. Takes it to the far perimeter. Feed for Adamick. Blocked. Loose puck for Adamick. Turning and shooting. Saved by McDonald off a broken play.
Those plays I'm telling you about. Lindenwood has a chance to clear. They get it in their own way, and it leads to a scoring chance for the Flames.
Left off by Frank. And skated the other way by Mackenzie White. Here comes White. Splitting into the fence. Moving in. Scores! Huge goal for Mackenzie White. Puts Lindenwood on the board. It's a 4-1 game with 3:27 left in the second.
If you thought she could only go 4 gears, she found the fifth in Mackenzie White. Just darted through Liberty. They probably didn't expect that to come from the senior defensewoman. What a rush by White. Just her 3rd goal of the season. She only scored 3 points in her entire time with the Lindenwood Belleville team, and this one a beautiful shot, bar down as well, getting Lindenwood on the board.
Beating Amanda Story over the glove. And it's a 4-1 game. Here they come again. Harishko, but it's tacked out to center. The last line of defense was Peebles, so it's skated the other way by Shannon Fair. Fair with a shot, saved by McDonald. Rebound kick to the far corner. Hopefully we'll get some back and forth here. Skated back on, Mackenzie Drost. Backhander just ahead of Harishko, back to the Liberty line. Flames go with Bradford. Bradford to get around the defender, closes and shoots. McDonald with the pad save again. Fought for 2 McDonald's left. And Lindenwood will skate away.
Now that Lindenwood's got 1 goal, the question is, can they make it 2? Can they put maybe a seed of doubt in the team of White?
And Teague almost created room for herself, but got closed off at the line. So the Flames with a stretch pass. It's deflected off of Herbert and followed up right side by Jedrzejczyk. Herbert's in front. Jedrzejczyk takes it around behind. To the blue line it goes. Stretch with a shot. Deflected. Just missing over top of McDonald's goal. Still in play. Lions can't clear again. Dipped and sent to the point for McLeod. 2:22 left in the second period. McLeod gets around Stewart. Makes another move. McLeod with a shot. Just missing high right. And it's going to come out.
That is the one downfall of trying to go top corner, especially in a rink like this. Boards will just carry it back out to center.
McLeod picks it off in the neutral zone. Here comes Britton Fussy, right wing, fed the slot. Tip behind her back, and unable to get that on goal was Glover.
I think she was trying to do that. I think she was trying to make another move.
Looked like she was just trying to recover that pass. Here's Glenn, top of the circle, closes and fires. Shot is blocked. Britton Fussy looks low. Truder. The Mad Hatter feeds the corner. Fussy and Truder down there in a 2-on-2.
Proud of yourself?
Here's Glover, save, rebound kick to the corner. 1:30 left in the period. Carl keeping it low for Glover. Spins it off the back of the net on the blind pass, looking in front for Carl. Lindenwood to the back, and it's off Truder and out. 25-8 now, the shots in favor of the Flames. Here comes Glover. Down the right wing with a shot. Rattles off the side of the net. Rebound low. It's off a defender on the throw back in front. Strayer. And the puck battle for behind the net, taken away by the Lions. Under a minute left in the second. Off the glass and out. Shatford in pursuit. And chopped away again by Carl. Bouncing at the side and blocking away by Story. And we have, I believe, an offside.
Yeah, Riley Gee came off the bench there, and I don't think she realized it either. I mean, as soon as she heard the whistle, she started nodding her head. Because it's one of those things, too. It's when you start skating, and people think, well, how do you not hear the official? Well, some of these helmets, when you are going as fast as some of these skaters are, it sounds like there's wind blowing in your ears, and you can't hear anything. So sometimes it's a little bit tough, but all that happens is just a face-off outside the neutral zone.
Riley G on the ice there, as we talked about just a second ago, the native of Luverne, Minnesota. on Lindenwood. Here comes Shatford. Moving in with G, the slapper save, and I guess they just want to go ahead and get it on net for the whistle.
You know, I've heard they've had some pretty good hockey players come out of Minnesota. I hear that's a hockey hotbed, as they say.
No kidding?
They only, you know, sell out the XL Energy Center for their state championship games. No big deal. Pretty mild-mannered folks from what I've been told as well.
The hair game is on point, too.
Oh, absolutely. Guys and gals.
Here's the pass back. Here's a high slot slapper. Wide rebound, hard bounce on the back. And trying to come around was G, but got poked off her stick, looking to circle. 20 seconds, hopping there and just away from Mackenzie White. But it's luck back in by Franks. 1-on-2, the shot. Blocker save Story. Rebound out in front of her. Franks again. Another save by Story. Here's a chance. G misses over top. Big chance off another rebound. 5 seconds remaining in the period. To the back. Drost. Period over.
Did Brielle Fussy just save a goal, or that going get put over? We saw one of the top offensive weapons dive across, and she might have gotten a piece of that one, Peyton.
Well, it was an open net ahead of Riley G, and so that was a fantastic defensive play if that's the case. Liberty Flames extend the lead. It's now 4-1, but Tyler, we did see some pushback by Lindenwood in that period.
Yeah, shots were just 10-8 in favor of Liberty in that period. 25-10 after 2, that looks a little bit wider, but it's narrowing the gap, and they got their chance. They were getting shots, and that's what Lindenwood wanted, and just it's unfortunate that the first period started the way it did. The difference is, though, of course, the fact that Liberty was able to keep it going and keep converting in this second period despite only getting 10 shots on goal. And I say only because of the amount they had in the first period. But Lindenwood had a better pushback here. It's a 4-1 game. The Flames, certainly we know that they can really just control and play a simple game to run out the rest of the 20 minutes. But, hey, listen, this is hockey. Weird things have happened.
Winner goes on to Championship Sunday tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock local time here in St. Louis. 40 minutes in the books here on Hockey TV. Liberty Flames with a 4-1 lead over the Lindenwood Lions. We'll come back in 15. Rejoin us here in the ACHA Women's Division I semifinals here on Hockey TV. And welcome back here on Hockey TV. It is the ACHA Women's Division I semifinal. Number 1 Liberty leading number 5 Lindenwood 4-1 as we near the start of the third period. And Tyler, going into the second period, we talked about how much Liberty was dominating the game, but we finally saw some pushback from Lindenwood in that second.
Yeah, shots were 10-8, and that really did reflect the play. I know they're just numbers on a sheet of paper, but you really saw a good jump from Lindenwood. They were getting chances. They did get rewarded with a goal as a result, and they need more of that here in this third period if they want to try to make a comeback. Liberty did get that heavy swing towards the period. That's why they added a couple more goals, which included Yannick Truder's hat-trick goal, her first hat-trick of the season. And it comes at a big time, too, because at that point you saw Lindenwood really start to push back. Hadn't scored at that point, but it just felt like they were close to making it a game, and that really maybe put it maybe a little far out of reach for Lindenwood. But 20 minutes to go, Peyton, there's something could happen here.
And Yannick Truder's hat-trick, not entirely like crazy amounts of skill plays. She's just been at the right place at the right time, especially at the front of the net.
Absolutely, and that's what you got to do, because that last one especially, she's right on the doorstep, right up in Emily McDonald's kitchen. She taps it into an empty cage on a rebound. That's what you got to do to win hockey games. You got to get greasy goals. Everyone loves pretty goals, 100%. I love a good snipe. I love between the legs, dipsy doodles, panoramas, what have you. But what's going to win you games, what's going to win you championships is hard work in front, tough play around the net, and grinding out goals. That's what it's going to take, especially for Liberty, if they want to make it a four-peat.
Emily McDonald with 21 saves on 25 shots for Lindenwood, and every save has been big for her tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, because she knew she was going to have a heavy workload in this game. I don't think anyone was going to discuss that or dispute that whatsoever. And, I mean, she's played a couple games against Liberty this season. In the overtime loss back on October the 3rd, she stopped 31 shots. And so far already, she stopped 21. And expect that number to increase in this third period.
Winner of this game punches their ticket to the championship game tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock Central Time here in St. Louis. All right, Tyler. I think we know the answer, but 20 minutes of hockey left. If you had to pick a winner, who you got?
I can't pick winners. The fans are the winners. The people watching on Hockey TV are the real winners. We're the winners because we get to see a golden doodle, and we had a lab over there somewhere. We got dogs. We got hockey. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Let me rephrase. Between these two teams and what you see, which team is the most likely to end up victorious tonight?
Well, up 4-1 right now. Liberty certainly got the advantage here, and they're coming on the attack right away. And this is a period for them to really show that why they are the 3-time champions. If they can close out a game like this.
Glenn shot. That was blocked by Bradford trying to screen the front of the net. Everyone lost sight of it for just a second there. So we are underway in the third period. Liberty with a 4-1 lead, wearing the white, navy, and red. Lindenwood, the home team, in black, gold, and white, going from left to right. As a pursuit down ice, Riley G trying to get there, but cut off by Vanessa DeMerchant. Saucered through center. Bradford finds it behind her, brings it in. Bradford's shot is blocked, and that stung. Really stung Madison Teague.
That was loud, too. I could hear that from up here, right on the foot.
Stewart dipsies the defender, and the shot is gloved and held by Amanda Story. A great rush back the other way for Lindenwood.
That's what you needed for the Lions. We talked about it in the first period. They got to get shots when they present themselves. Saw it on the second period, saw it on this chance here early in the third. Good save by Story. She's not an easy goaltender to beat, but certainly in order for her to try to get beat, you got to make her work.
Orishko and Truder face off here, and a big tie-up. It comes back to the right point. Shot by White was blocked. She is your goal scorer for Lindenwood in this one, parting the seas as a defenseman. Broken up at center, just ahead of Glover. Back to the Liberty line. Breakout attempt is blocked, and then moved back by Britton Fussy to center. Lucking to her left, crossing in with Truder, but offside, and the entrance door got knocked ajar.
Didn't think it was that big of a hit, but yeah, there you go.
Just a little bit, maybe just a little haphazard getting that thing back on there.
Yeah, usually you think the penalty box or the bench doors are usually the dangerous ones, and the penalty box here, or the penalty box, the door.
Zamboni door is
well, the Zamboni door, yeah, that made its appearance here in our Women's 2 championship game by not wanting to close, but nonetheless, everyone okay, and we continue on.
Back in her own end, Madison Teague comes over. And attempt for Lindenwood to clear with the puck bouncing and moved to center by Lilies, where it's stopped up by Spainer at center. Long feed up Liberty, left side. Ahead of Lilies again, back to the Liberty zone. On the left side here is Herbert dumping it back in the Lindenwood corner. Played by the goal stick of McDonald, back to her defense. It's recovered there by Madison Teague. Loose puck up the middle. Lilies didn't see that. And back to McDonald on defense for the Flames. Seifel gives it left wing. Bouncing puck there for Brielle Fussy. Takes it down the backhand. She'll cut in behind the net. Fussy to the perimeter. Takes it high. Forces the defender to lose her stick. Fussy still on it. Down the circle. Across in front. A bouncing puck and getting stick lifted in front was Adamick. And Liberty, or rather Lindenwood, going the other way. Trying to bring it on is Shatford. Closed off and hauled down by the defender. No arm up. Rebound off the back. Lindenwood on the perimeter. This is G. Back to the blue line. Fed across one-timer. Fanned on. Still loose for Turcotte. And pushed out by Liberty. Taking on Brielle Fussy. Has battles. Fussy fires. Low and wide. Looking for battles on the other side. Back at center. G. The pass went over the stick of Frank, who tried to knock it down. Battles fires a slap shot wide. Spanier, blue line shot. Bounced across in front from Peyton Carl. Madison Glenn to the corner. On the net, trying to scoop it in front. A backhand from a sharp angle held on to by Emily McDonald.
You know, it's one of these games. It's a semifinal game, an elimination game, and I get it. You want the players to play, you want the girls to do their thing, but in a game like this, if it affects a scoring chance, it's a tough call. That was a tough call there. It was a great chance there for Risha Shatford, but we continue on 5-on-5.
That's the voice of Tyler Kuehl. I'm Peyton Turnage.
You're trying to spot me out there, just sure people know who said what.
Just, no. It's just a statement of fact. We're past 3 minutes gone here in the third period. 4-1 lead, Liberty over Lindenwood in the ACHA Women's Division I semifinal. Glad to have you with us here on Hockey TV. From Centene Community Ice Center, St. Louis, Missouri. Shannon Fair sends it back to the point. Dana McLeod steps off the defender, hands it for stretch. The shot, lots of traffic, but the save by McDonald.
Good confidence save, still traffic around here. McDonald knows, can't allow any loose change, no rebounds, no second or third chances. Good control on that one by the Lindenwood goaltender.
Nikki Lyles on the draw for Lindenwood against Liberty's Brianna Spanier in the faceoff won by the Flames. They've been dominant on faceoffs. Her sends it down behind. Spanier to the slide. And fan on there right in front was Jedrzejczyk. Lindenwood the other way. Fortier. Dump and hit off the facial shield of her. Up in the air and she'll glove it back down with Fisher right in her way. Her under attack. Fisher with a forecheck, and it's going to be held in Lindenwood. Lay off the boards by Tessa O'Connor. Bottom of the circle, trying to get a pass across. That is broken up, but overskated. So it's still held in by Teague. Chopped at by Fisher, needing the change. So Liberty will step back with all 5 skaters on the ice back in their own zone. Sammy Peebles. Far side pass. It's fanned on and then recovered and sent back to Peebles. Peebles once again. Her. For Peebles. And Liberty slowly coming out of their own end. The pass hit the heel of Truder, so it's brought in by the Lions. G cuts to the corner. Stick check by her. Brought it around behind. G to the point. Slap shot coming. Knocked down. It's off a body. Rebound in front of the net. Diving rebound sent wide by Kennedy Frank.
I don't think Story saw either of those shots as it was knocked down in front of her.
Wrestled off G. Given to the back. Wide a shot. Bouncing in front. Kicked out by Story. Rebound at the side. Diving play. Still loose. It was in the feet of G, who was tied up there with her. And back the other way come the Flames. A 3-on-2. Up the middle. Crossing intruder. Hands it off. Here's Fussy's shot. Tipped off White. Over top, but still in play. Frank. She is exhausted after that shift. She'll bring it all the way through, though. As far as she could. She got past the blue line where it was turned over.
And she got a little bit of a push as Brielle Fussy ran into her and maybe give her a little boost to at least get it across the red line.
Quick button hook by Teague in her own zone, given to Stewart. Stewart fights to get it through. In comes Herischko one-on-one. Chop shot is blocked. A play made by Priscilla Zeifel. Liberty sending it through the other way. It's Bradford. The drop back. The Merchant coming in. Shot is knocked down in front. Stretch trying to keep the play going. Does. Gives it across ice. First shot coming over top of the net on the attempt from Fair. The Merchant to the corner for Bradford. Bradford swinging out. Takes it to the high slot. Gives it cross ice. McLeod, top of the circle. Shot was blocked. Their other attempt is going to be held in once again by McLeod, who's the only other goal scorer that's not Truder. There's a rebound in front of McDonald. A scramble. Digging at it, Bradford, but the whistle. They're saying that Liberty arguing that McDonald didn't have it secured and maybe the whistle came a little premature.
Well, it's one of those. The ref loses sight of the puck. You got to blow it dead, and couldn't quite tell from up here where the puck exactly was with all that calamity around. His bodies were hitting the deck left, right, and center. But nonetheless, Liberty was pointing at the puck that should have been in, but then this time around I'll say the whistle blew before it even crossed the line anyways.
And I'm sure if they are able to score again, they'll view that as an insurance marker at this juncture. 13:31 to go, third period. Liberty Flames 4-1 lead. On the draw, Lindenwood takes it to the corner, slapped around by Turcotte. Trying to reach and play was Fortier. Blue line hold in, long shot missed the net. From Peyton Carl. Bell across ice, just hopped beyond Fortier. No icing. Carl will send it around. This might be held in by Turcotte, coming in from far out, but could not keep it on the right wing side. So it's Liberty the other way. Spinier. She'll feed to the corner, chasing in. Cut off by O'Connor. Far side play ahead of Carl, down ice, no icing. And Amanda Story will come up with her goal stick and touch it over to Glenn.
It's exactly what you want to do if you're Liberty here. You're not allowing too many chances. You're not allowing good looks. And yeah, you'd like maybe another insurance marker just to seal things up here. But the way they're playing right now, they're not allowing Lindenwood too many shots, let alone 3 that could beat Story.
Adamick is there on the far side, but it's rushed out by Herischko, clearing it through center. Herr gives it back over. Peebles. Pass ahead. Here comes Truder on the right wing side. Just swiped and missed. Looking for it, but it's going to be held on by Fussy. Fussy taken down. Got tripped up. Penalty coming up here to Lindenwood on 21. Sydney Odoachuk.
Tough play, too. It's one of those you're trying to poke it off the stick, trying to get it going the other way. You miss. You hit the feet. Easy call there for the ref.
Yeah, even if the tripping is incidental, not even on purpose, it still gets called.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes as a defenseman, you try to keep the stick around them, maybe try to guide it forward, but if their feet gets entangled up with your skate, even if they step on your stick, that means the stick was in a spot that was impeding their process. Making an easy 2-minute penalty here is now Lindenwood will try to kill off another penalty.
Yeah, Bradford, Truder, Adamick, the Merchant, and McLeod on the ice.
Flames 0 for 4 on the player advantage here in this one.
And again, stick with us at the conclusion of this one. It's number 3, Minot State, and number 2, Midland. Should be a very closely matched game, Tyler.
Both teams trying to find a way to the national championship game for the first time. So who will it be? Is now I guess we're having a late line change or whatnot, but
a little gamesmanship?
Well, apparently Madison Teague came on the ice. They said she had to get off. She got off, and they had to switch it up. Nonetheless, after all that brief delay, a power play for the Flames.
McLeod gets the return at the center point. Gives the left side to DeMerchant. They'll spread the zone. Adamick was right there on the backside. Long shot just tipped over top with Truder fighting off stick check. She's already had a hat trick in this one. DeMerchant gives it low left, cycling out Bradford. Shot was blocked. Good block there by Kennedy Frank. Frank caught on the wall. Liberty back up high. Bradford dusts it, feeds it to the point. Dana McLeod toward the slot. Good block by Frank. And she will clear.
Certainly something important that they got to focus on in the Lions here. Maybe a penalty kill to get something going. 11:36. Just the 2 shots on goal so far in this period for the Lions. Still a lot of work to do, though, on this power play.
Britton Fussy with a good gallop to bring it into the zone. Got around a check at the blue line. Fussy spins out of the corner. Loads it back up top for Carl. Back over to Fussy. Switching with Carl. Fussy loads the shot. Lots of traffic went wide. Rebound comes off the back. Spanier loose in the middle again. Fussy. Carl. Fair. Steps through the circle. Lost the handle. Got it back up top. Britton Fussy. The handoff for Fair. Goes across ice. Back to Fair again. Chopper sent wide. To the corner goes Spanier. Power play down to 30 seconds. Peyton Carl. Fussy shot. Tough angle. Missed the net. Britton Fussy letting it go from the left circle. She stands there again waiting for it. Carl gives to Fussy. Down in front doing damage is her. Down the circle shot. Save rebound. Her looking for the rebound, but it's covered by McDonald.
This is if there's ever a way to describe a picture-perfect penalty kill when you are in your own zone for the longest time, that's right there for the Lions. Making sure there's sticks in lanes, bodies in lanes, no good lane to shoot, no good lane to pass in the high dangerous scoring area. And the only shot they get on that last little run was the shot from Fussy down near the goal line. Good job by the Lions for that time.
8 seconds remaining on the penalty. Doichuk will stand up in the box. Here's a shot. Pad save again by McDonald. Kick to the corner. Glaring attempt to the back. Hazelin stretch to Glenn. Shot misses stick side. Out of the box comes Doichuk. Looking ahead for the pass. Given to her, but just out of her reach as it was a wrestle job to get that loose puck at center. Drost. That's held in right off the bench. Gabrielle Fussy to send it back in on McDonald. Hopping puck in the corner. Give it on to Philippe as Lindenwood looks to escape the zone. Saucer down ice, and it's enough for an icing. No, they wave it off the last second.
Close enough to play it, I believe, I guess.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. Here's a loose puck at center. O'Connor. Ooh, and putting the shoulder on with Stewart to advance the play. Back in the corner it goes. Stewart and Philippe. To the point it goes. O'Connor for Turcotte. Shot up high. Lots of traffic there in the mid slot.
Seen a lot of those this whole tournament. A lot of great shots from the point that are just going high and wide. When just keep them low sometimes. You're shooting from that far out. If you don't think you're able to snipe the goaltender, just put it on. Try to get a second or third chance. Maybe a deflection, but instead a lot are just finding the end glass.
The old John Klingberg special, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of the trade deadline, here's a hold in at the left point. Long shot McDonald. Knocked down. And cleared out of the zone by Kim Turcotte. 9 minutes remaining. Regulation. 4-1 lead for Liberty. Coming back in is Zeifel. Hands it back for Bradford. Bradford shot up high on McDonald. She made the save with a shoulder. But she lost sight of it. G coming back up with Frank. Brought it down the left wing. The hand back and the shot. Save made by Story off Risa Shatford. All right, we've reached the media timeout. 8:41 left. Liberty leads 4-1 in the 2022 ACHA Women's Division I semifinal on Hockey TV. Game one of the ACHA Women's Division I semifinal is nearing its completion. Liberty Flames, three-time defending champions, up 4-1 over the hometown Lindenwood Lions. And the Lions have an offensive zone face-off to the right of Liberty goaltender Amanda Story. Flames win the draw, and they'll send it around. Adamick looking up ice, and beating the icing is Britton Fussy. Gets it off the corner board. Centers! Right there was Truder. Already with a hat trick in this game. Accomplished back in the second period. G got bumped, put it to center. Just ahead of Shafford, would have been a 2-on-1.
It's little plays like that. That's what's hindered the Lions. Well, they've gotten shots, they've gotten chances, they have a goal. Little bumps like that. Oh, look out.
Truder drags, moves in the middle, backhander. Saved by McDonald and paddled out of the crease.
Well, that was a fine and dandy move here by Truder.
Truder hands it back. High-point play from McLeod. The shot is blocked. And Lindenwood will skate away with it. Kennedy Frank lugging it through center. Frank will twist one back in the Liberty zone where it's intercepted by Aislinn Stretch. Dump in from the red line. McDonald out to play it. Can't hold it. Herbert from the corner will send it around. 7:38 to play. Ooh, taken down there in the corner was Jedrzejczyk. 2-on-2 scrum to the right of McDonald. And it's won there by Lindenwood with Lilly sending over to her left. Looking for the opening to get out is Fortier. Moved in Lilly's. Chopped it in. They're saying delayed offside. Lilly's still on the forecheck. And they'll go ahead and blow it down with Liberty taking it past their own goal line.
Callie Fisher, the guilty party on the offsides call here, but 7:13 to go here in the last remaining tournament here in Maryland Heights. Crowned the D3 champion and D1 men's champions on Tuesday. We had the men's 2 final last night and the women's 2 final earlier today. Just these 4 remaining teams here in the women's Division 1 division, and quite a good way, Peyton, to cap off an exciting 10 days of hockey.
I was going to say, save for a couple of days. You've been here this whole time.
No, missed the first couple days, the men's.
That's why I said. Here's a shot. Save off a block there. And
I've been here this week, you're right.
Yes, as Dross blocked it, and she's going to go off. Yeah. She is in some big-time pain.
Could have hit her right in the forearm by the looks of things.
Lindenwood holds in. Long shot. O'Connor bounces across in front. Rebound comes off the right side. Turcotte. Bradford got body position there. Here's Turcotte into the slot with a shot save made by Story. The slot got vacated there for a second.
Yeah, had a lot of room, and Story, knowing that she was the only threat was Turcotte, she was able to go outside of her own crease, challenge the shooter, and make a routine-looking save.
So it's Frank on this face-off to the left of Amanda Story. Frank and Adamick draw one back by Lindenwood. Shot was blocked from Turcotte. Still fought for in the circle. Here's a shot. Frank! Score! Top shelf off the rebound. It's a 4-2 game with 6:23 to play in regulation. And don't look away quite yet. Lindenwood's back in this.
We talked about how she has not been a factor so far in the first 2 games for the Lions. Kennedy Frank finally getting on the score sheet. One of these. And it's a beautiful shot as well over the glove. I said, if you're gonna try to beat Story, you gotta make her work, and that was a hard working effort by Frank to put that one up and over the glove, and it's a 2-goal game now, folks. 6:23 to go.
A tabletop hockey shot by Frank right in front of the net. And so Liberty, their lead has been cut to 2. Here's a shot block, rebound comes over, and almost pinching in was Glover to make that play. Here comes Lindenwood, right side. This is brought down the wing by White. White going in, put it in the front. Right there was G, but boxed out by the defender and had no other help.
Has the goal gone to the legs of Lindenwood? We'll see.
Up comes Liberty. Britton Fussy brought it. Here's Glover to the net. Saved by McDonald. Penalty coming up here, and it's going to be on Lindenwood. And it's a hook.
Calling it on, I believe this is going to be Madison Teague, the guilty party. And right off the bench, Tess O'Connor is visibly frustrated with one of the officials, saying that if there should be a call on one end, if you're going to call it here on the other. Not sure which incident she is pertaining to, but certainly the Lions captain frustrated, as I'm sure head coach Andrew Miller is. But now, in a 2-goal game now, almost within striking distance if you're Lindenwood, you got to keep a cool head here and kill this one off if you want any chance of trying to work your way to tie this game.
You definitely don't want an extra penalty from arguing with the official. That will just kill your game. Adamic's shot off the glove of McDonald. Power play Liberty with 5:35 to play and a 2-goal lead for the Flames. They've still, by many counts, been the dominant team. DeMerchant circles around. DeMerchant gives it to the left. Bradford floats over, gives it back straight away. Dana McLeod, here's DeMerchant with a shot, blocked. Back up high, held in by McLeod. That was Philippe who got in the way of the initial shot. DeMerchant again, the shot, and that one knocked down by McDonald. Clear out attempt, DeMerchant sprawling. Nice job to keep the line.
It's a little bit of a kick save there at the blue line.
Down in front, deflected. Bradford couldn't get it on goal. Back to DeMerchant again. To Bradford. Cycles out from the left half board, skates high, wrist shot coming, knocked down in front. Got it back, top of the circle, brings it down. Bradford with a button hook on the perimeter. Under a minute left in the power play. McLeod to the circle. Adamic's shot was blocked. Trickles wide. She'll get it back in the low right corner. Hit by O'Connor. Adamic peels high with it. Takes the shot that was blocked. Orishko getting in the way of that one. And Philippe able to jab it away and back to center.
Man,
lots more pushback by Lindenwood here.
There was probably 2 or 3 shots that actually made it to goal. McDonald making the save, and then probably 6 or 7 that were blocked by her defensewomen in front of her.
If you're Lindenwood, you're kicking yourselves to that first period because they could have been much closer.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Here's Glover. She'll backhand it in near side. 14 seconds left on the power play. Getting poked off of Drost. Glover pinched in. Puck came around. Here's White off the glass and to the line. Carl had a hop on her and came back out to center.
But a big kill here for the Lions. Can they make Liberty pay?
Here they come. This is Teague bringing it down the right side. Slows up but taken away off the puck as Battles able to chip it through center. And here she comes. Haley Battles, one-on-one, slap shot. Rattled wide. Carl throws it for the net but blocked by Frank. Scorer of the last goal for Lindenwood. She's taken down. That's caught by the official ahead of the play. And a power play coming up to Lindenwood with 3:18 to go in regulation.
You knew eventually they were going to get one called. As now the Lions will get their second power play of the game at the most opportune time. Lindenwood, though, already has used their timeout. Remember, that was in the second period. So now Kennedy Frank will dust herself off and try to help her team get within 1 here with the player advantage.
Orishko, Frank, Shatford on the ice up front. And then it is Drost and Teague. Big timing of the power play. 3:18 left, 2-goal deficit. Lost on the draw. Zeifel is sent back to the point to Shatford. Lindenwood loading up the zone. Drost fakes the drive, gives it over to the right for Teague. Traffic building. Teague bouncer in the middle, trying to be knocked down by Horishko. Shatford checked on the boards, and it's cleared out between both defenders. Good job by Liberty to start out that penalty kill. They'll go ahead and change.
Got to find a way to get pucks to net. You got to find a way to get shots through. Don't try to work it down low. Don't try to be cute right now. Look for second and third chances. That's how Liberty scored a couple of their goals. They got to do it here if you want to get it within 1 here, Lindenwood.
Clear out attempt to the body. Second attempt is sent down ice by her, just ahead of Glover, who's right there on the forecheck. 1-on-2. Once again, good penalty killing for Liberty starting out here. Here's a breakout pass, Lindenwood. That's just ahead of Horishko. The Lions have iced it.
Saw that in their first power play as well. A decent start, possession, and then an icing call. Can Lindenwood, though, bounce back here? Because it's crunch time for the Lions, but Liberty right now just honky-dory in the position they're in. They've been in this position before. They know what it takes to make it to a national championship game. And they only have 2:23 left to kill before they make it back to another.
Truder and Frank the face-off, won by Liberty. Shot by Carl was blocked, and here comes Lindenwood. For the pass ahead of Frank, Lynn trying to bring it down. Frank cut her off, and up she comes. Kennedy Frank, right side, getting closed off there on the wall. was Arden Harishko. It's going to be held in Lindenwood as they were changing their power play units. Turcotte, shot blocked away by Story, up high to the glass, kept in on the far side by Fisher. Hopping there for O'Connor. Down to Fisher again, skating down the left circle, diving poke check attempt. She's taken to the ice, and back comes Lindenwood, a 2-on-2 shorthanded. Bradford goes ahead and brings it in with Carl, and the shot ends up in the corner. Carl takes it out of the low left. Power play down to 18 seconds as O'Connor will send it back in up for G. Riley G up ahead. Here comes Stewart, right wing side. Brought it in, shot low, stick saved by Story and off to the corner. 3 seconds remaining on the power play, so Liberty has killed it. Off the glass and out through center. Missed there by the glove of Truder. And then Fussy was just trying to leave the box, and the puck ended up out of play, with the penalty box gaping wide open.
And the clock went about 4 or 5 seconds ticked away. We'll see if they adjust that. And so that's why the Lindenwood Lions were yelling. So they add 5 seconds to be exact. So 1:13 to go here, but they pulled the goaltender McDonald as the play was in the neutral zone, but she'll have to go back here with the faceoff right at center ice.
Emily McDonald with 30 saves. Amanda Story with 13 on the day. Faceoff won by Liberty. With a 2-goal edge, closing in on a minute to go. Puck around the board, takes a bad bounce out in front of the Lindenwood net, but the Lions recover it. Franks trying to move it by, and here's a move away from Truder, taking off the puck. Stretch with a shot, pad save McDonald. She was trying to go to the bench for the extra attacker. Lindenwood having trouble leaving the zone. They'll just sky one out, and back to it is her in her own zone. And off the skate of Harishko. And Lindenwood can't pull the goalie. They're running out of time. Here comes Truder. Dropped it back to Fussy. Fussy chased to the corner. Taken down there on the low side. 30 seconds. Liberty close to advancing. Lindenwood pulls their goalie. Here comes Harishko. One-on-one with a shot. Saved by Story. Rebound ahead of her. Sharp angle shot. That hit. Well, I heard a ping there for a second.
It hit something. Unfortunately, Harishko went in the goal, not the puck.
Might have caught iron. Here's White. Holding. Deflected. Wide of the net from Harishko. 7 seconds. Chance to clear. Blocked by O'Connor. One final shot is blocked. Ends up for G to the front of the net. And Liberty University has punched their ticket to championship Sunday. They will advance to the ACHA Women's Division I championship game with a 4-2 victory over the number 5 Lindenwood Lions. Amanda Story, the victorious goaltender, with 14 saves on 16 shots faced. And the hat trick on the evening for Yannick Truder.
Yeah, it's a tough one here for Lindenwood, and you mentioned what would happen if that first period never happened. And I'm sure that's what these Lions will be kicking themselves about, because they played a really much better second part of this hockey game, a really good second period. Third period, we saw Liberty kind of go back a little bit to that first period, but they fell down too early and they just weren't able to recover, even though we certainly saw Lindenwood fighting to the end, and that you can give them credit for.
Hard-fought battle, and Lindenwood on their home ice has been eliminated from this tournament. Well, one more semifinal to go. Coming up at 7 o'clock, it's number 3 Minot State versus number 2 Midland. Tyler will be on the call. Tyler Kuehl will be on the call of that one, and I'll gladly be on color. Yeah, we were close. Anyway, so that's coming up at 7. We will see you then. For now, it's Peyton Turnage bidding you adieu here on Hockey TV.